Had to move the frame. I can barely hear it. I want to hear that beautiful piano part.
Well, Brian, I have a gift for you.
I'm just gonna put for like hell.
Your daddy gave me this. No, I'm gonna give it to you. It's very special. It's for protection from what's coming.
Protection from what's coming? Now, hang on. They are introducing like this is some kind of supernatural threat that only the power of the Jesus cross could just fucking stomp into the ground. This fucking threat. Oh, it's your uncle, John Cena! I mean, for real. Dude, I'm having a hard time hearing this thing. Let me see. I think it's... Oh, no wonder. Okay, I gotta fucking turn way down for some reason. I don't think I did that. I think I was sabotaged by Chromebook. Let's see.
Hey, Zuckerberg.
That fucking sucker fuck. It's still low. Let me see.
No one outruns their past.
No one outruns their past. This is crazy. That through 9 movies, we haven't heard of this brother.
Not once.
Oh yeah, did I mention my brother's this badass cop? No.
So we're up against a master thief.
Oh, he's a master.
High performance driver.
I love that.
Who is he?
Dom's brother. Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom. Smarter than Dom.
Like the part of shot we saw to be played by 13-year-old Justin Bieber.
Stronger than Don. This shit is crazy, man. The fact that they're trying to hammer this home into John Cena's head. Where she's like, it's always that, I'm trying to impress my dad. that fucking character archetype or whatever.
Yeah, they're not really. I mean, fast movies aren't really known for subtle anyway. But they are really just saying fuck the subtlety here.
Yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, he's your brother. Did you forget that I had a what is Vin Diesel? A Filipino? Did you forget I had a Filipino thing at one time? John Cena and Vin Diesel look nothing alike.
Like a Mr. Potato Head than even Vin Diesel does. He's like the chiseled leading man Potato Head.
Did you forget that I had a thing with Mr. Potato Head? Y'all are half brothers, stupid. Where's she's trying to tell? Because Vin Diesel and fucking John Cena look nothing alike.
Not even close. He's Mr. Rutabaga chin.
Because it's... I just love how... Dude, is the mother Charlize Theron? Because that's what it sounds like, and I know I've seen her in the fucking one part of this trailer already.
Well, that haircut, too, man.
Let's see, like this fucking dialogue where she was like, your whole life you train better to, or be faster than Dom, to fuck better than Don. Dude, a high performance driver. Dude, this whole fucking trailer is so crazy how they introduced John Cena's character and then lay out what his character archetype's all about, where his mother is so over domineering. Speaking of Dom. Over domineering, and then he's he's just ready to shut everybody up and say, "I'm my own man. I'm fucking John Cena." God dang it! You still don't hold a candle to me, bud, brother, little bro. Oh man, that makes me think of that fucking Matt Hardy thing. I can't even get on that fucking little bro, brother Nero.
And mine.
Fucking.
Just caught up to me. Been a long time, Dom. So we're up against a master thief.
Yeah, there we go. Master thief. Master assassin.
High performance driver.
High performance driver.
Who is he?
Who is he? Yeah, who is he? Who's that guy?
Jacob is
Look at that face, good lord.
She's Jacob. Here's
Look at that haircut. Look at this haircut.
Faster than Dawn.
faster than Dawn.
Smarter than Dawn. Stronger than Dawn. But could you kill him?
They're both dead right there. Question answer.
Because I'm ready if you are.
Let's talk about Charlize Theron for a second, though. Back in the day, she was hot, right? I'm trying to figure out what she...
That haircut is doing her. She's a beautiful woman, but that haircut is just not... Is she trying to join a K-pop group?
I want to see
Is
the
she
frame
a
now.
12-year-old boy in 2000? Because other than that, there's really no good reason to have that haircut.
I want to see it again. Yeah, like 90s bowl cut.
See what I mean? She's going after BTS.
She looked like she might have auditioned to be Corey Matthews' best friend in Boy Meets World audition tapes. Yeah,
I mean, like,
Sean.
holy crap, dude. But she in her own right, there's a film called Atomic Blonde, right?
Oh my God, that's
And
a great movie.
you've seen it, dude.
That's a great movie.
I absolutely 100% believe her in that performance. First of all, she's like 5'10", so she's a pretty, she's above average anyway. And she carries herself like she knows how to throw. And she went, and that was a good movie. That was a damn good film. James McAvoy was, it was just good. It was just good all around. Good stuff.
McAvoy, there's something about that dude, man, where he's so good, but I just don't think that he really, truly gets the credit he kind of deserves. But at the same time, it's like I can't argue that fact. You know? Like, sometimes he impresses the fuck out of me, dude. But then I'm like, I don't want to say he's overrated. I don't know, but he's really fucking good. I think this might be the black horse of the top 10 of my greatest actors or whatever. James McAvoy would be in there. I wouldn't expect him, but yeah, I would definitely. If I was picking a top 10 best actors, James McAvoy would be on that list.
Yeah, I mean, I could see he was really good in. I've yet to see Glass. I need to see that film. But I saw Split, and it was the one. It was Caleb. It was the guy who had the glasses and always wore the button-up shirts that were like all the way up to the collar button. He was very, very straight. It seemed like he had a biblical sounding name, maybe. I can't quite recall, but I thought that film was a weird. Yeah, McAvoy's good. He was even good in that Victor Frankenstein film, one with him and Radcliffe. That was an odd film as well.
Well, it's like everything I see him in, I kind of like him. Like even like Wanted or something like that. Even when he like just bust onto the scene, he's got that.
Yeah, that's right. That was the first time I ever saw him.
That and even like Professor Xavier in like X-Men First Class. Like I don't know, man. He's just likable. I guess that's the only thing I can say. But he's also pretty talented. He's got a weird fucking charm. This James.
And he's willing to put the time in because when he turned into the Beast for Split and Glass, I mean, like he put the time in.
Yeah, I mean, just thinking
looking like a monster. So that's how you got to do it. I always respect an actor or actress whenever they transform themselves, like Linda Hamilton and Sarah Connor. You know what I mean? Like where she looked like, all right, this chick would tear the balls off and give me to his hair, give you them as earrings.
Yeah, she was totally fucking like hinged out in like T2 in Judgment Day, busting straight out of the mental asylum, where really she's not mental at all. She's been fucking warning everybody, sounding the alarm.
Yeah, but you can see how, like, okay, this lady is obviously crazy. The machines are there. But see, they didn't count on the internet.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
she'd go online, and a lot of people are like, duh.
They were like, all they could think, when they thought of technology, they thought of the VCR. I mean really.
Maybe Laserdisc might have been on someone's radar. But Blu-ray wasn't even a twinkle yet. At least not a mainstream consumer sense.
So, robots are gonna kill us, Sarah. That guy.
I mean, yeah, but see, it's gonna be less 1984 and more Brave New World.
How?
Takeover. It's gonna be,
Absolutely.
And it's gonna be much less. Like, we're not gonna be forced to have telescreens in our room. we're going to buy them at a premium.
The future freaks me out.
There's nothing
There are
more
some
powerful
cool
than
shots, like in
water
this
and
fucking trailer, like this right here, him walking up
into
there.
anger is nothing more dangerous.
Oh, they fucking double. It's like, okay, John Cena knew that Dom was gonna take the gun from him because he's like, my brother's just he's too fucking good. So when the event comes that he takes my gun, I'm also gonna have another gun to pull out from my waist. Like fucking
Checkmate.
Jacob. What's fucking Dom's last name? Do they even have the same last name?
Sorrento? No.
Dom Toretto.
Dominic Toretto.
Toretto. Yeah, that Toretto's not so bad.
Sorrento is a fucking Kia.
I wonder if he's
It's a goddamn SUV.
Jacob Toretto.
Either way.
Is he? I just wonder if he's a Toretto too. The Toretto boys. Them fucking Toretto boys.
Go after the other.
Always stealing shit in elaborate heists.
We got a chick fight scene. Damn, she just the wire working in. Did like a flying knee through the window.
It's not a Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine?
Impressive. I know.
No. No, that's not impressive.
Was that ludicrous? So weird seeing these rappers, you know. Yeah, I totally sold out. Can you blame me? Fucking left my beer over there. This fucking music. That looks terrible. I mean, it looks tight.
I came here to take you down, little brother. But you're mistaken.
I love how so many people die because of their sibling rivalry. It's fucking awesome.
Billions of dollars in damage, hundreds of lives, thousands destroyed.
That line really cemented it home for me. Where he's like, "I can't wait to take you down, little brother." It's like,
yeah,
how many people have died because of y'all?
People, you bald fuck.
Dom has the fucking ball, Mom. Well, I'm gonna fucking kill 1 million people in the way to get it back. Damn, this scene looks retarded. A stealth bomber? Did you just see this
Yeah,
shit?
just a stealth bomber with a magnet on the bottom that caught that car.
Oh, what? Fuck, dude. Hold on. It gets more exhilarating than this. Hold on.
Okay, the rope hooks to a car.
Oh my god, the whiplash from this would be fucking excruciating.
Dude, you never that. It just snap and you fall into the wall and die because you're an idiot.
Smack right into the wall.
It's like fucking...
Like,
Hey guys.
And then they show this in the trailer.
Surprise. Nice clubhouse.
who's this dude?
That's Han. I think he met him first in Tokyo Drift and he died like 43 films back.
I faked my death. Yeah. Yeah, don't you remember? Han totally faked his death in Tokyo. That was the third movie, right? And they've had 9.
That was my favorite because that was a coming of age story that just so happened to have cars in it. If they would have gotten rid of the Fast and Furious label and just had that story, it would have stood on its own. And I enjoyed that one. But then they just... It's called spectacle creep, right? It's when you do a thing and you feel the need to top the thing and top the thing. You end up getting like a Pirates of the Caribbean Fast and the Furious thing where it becomes a parody of itself in half a dozen films or less.
It was a weird departure for the series too, man. Like I like Tokyo Drift too. Like I didn't really care about the first two, honestly. You know, I thought they were alright movies and stuff like that. But like when Tokyo Drift, I kind of connected with Tokyo Drift for some weird reason. And
it was a coming of age story.
Yeah, I think
that was what it was. It just so happened to have cars.
Yeah, that's really that's really it. Because it really felt like a piece of something that your high school literature teacher would make you read or whatever. Here's Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. You need to read the screenplay. I could totally see it being acceptable in today's curriculum. So
why not? Because it dealt with a lot of he's that whole rebellious type of kid, and then he gets put into a foreign environment. I mean, there's a lot. I'm not saying it's.
Oh, and you just know the movie tie-in.
Classically brilliant film, but it's a solid I mean, it's good for what it is, and it has no pretensions of being anything more than that. No one was driving a car down the side of a building.
yeah, they totally fucking. They got a little crazy with these new ones.
I mean, I'm sure Tokyo Drift played fast and loose with the physics of what is and isn't possible, but I promise you they weren't having like a jet fly in and magnetize a car, or Tarzan swing a goddamn Dodge Challenger or Charger.
It just went floop.
I mean, it was even the first one. That was because it was like you hadn't seen too much like that. It had some amazing car stunts in there.
Yeah, the first one.
And it just kept going up and up and up, and then it just, by the time The Rock hit the scene, it was a cartoon.
Coincidentally, he's trying to make a cartoon, or he may have on Netflix.
Dwayne Johnson?
Fucking no, Vinny, Shin Diesel. Osama Vin Diesel. But yeah, he I think he was trying to make like a Netflix cartoon for it, man. But even the basis of like Tokyo Drift and stuff like that, even like that story is pretty fucking there's just a lot to pick from. It's a tree that's very plentiful that you can pick from. I mean, you get the southern kid going to an ethno state in Japan, you know. Which, you know, like, there's so many racial fucking things that you could tie into with the story. If you wanted to make the movie tie into Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, like, it would be the best one to pick because you could have so many themes, you know, present in just your world or whatever, you know, the narrative part of it. Just this fucking kid from Alabama, you know, who's probably said the N-word a few times, or at least heard it, goes to an ethno state like Japan, which is like, we only allow yellow. Or however they fucking talk, you know? I mean, I don't think there's many... The minority in Japan is like 99 point... You are that 0.1% of the 0.999999. Like, there's not a lot of minorities in Japan. This is an ignorant take on it. I'm pretty belligerent when I say this. But I feel like there's not a lot of minorities over there. It's like an ethno state.
But no, but it's like the Japanese population. The population of Japan is way, way more Japanese than anything else. I won't throw out any stats, but I have no problem saying that of every 10 people in Japan, 9 of them are Japanese. I mean, that live there, not that are just passing through and just weeding out.
Imagine going to high school there, like Lucas Black did, and fucking Tokyo Drift. That fucking. The Cumtown bit, there was a pretty funny Cumtown bit, you know, about this thing, which is, I won't even attempt to recreate it, but it's pretty hilarious. If anyone's interested in hearing something pretty fucking funny. Was that the trailer?
Black had a little Bow Wow. Well, no, I'm sorry, I think he was Bow Wow at that point. He had graduated past Little.
Which one was that? I forgot he was even in those movies.
He was the young black kid that was Lucas Black's, I think, like, only American friend.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about his ass in there, man. Oh, yeah. Shit. Yeah, he was... Yeah, that was the total... That whole fucking scene, man. Fuck. But yeah, Fast and... let's give it up for... Hollywood never ceasing to not outdo itself with its stupidity. As far as these just watching these stunts, it's like fucking disaster after disaster happening. Wherever fucking Vin Diesel's at, you better run because something's about to get blown up. Fucking tram lines about to fucking...
If he calls the Uber, fucking evacuate the tri-state area.
I mean, he is a fucking a walking terrorist action about to take place.
Fucking one-man apocalypse.
Oh, man. Well,
it's just so silly, dude. Like, I mean, I know you're not supposed to take the Fast films seriously. Like, you're missing the point if that's what you're doing. But they've become so far over the top that I'm just like, I just don't buy anymore, man. Like, I really, really don't.
Yeah, it's so weird just seeing it. Even, like, the fact that they would throw away a scene like that in the trailer where that fucking bus that's like got 3 connected cars to it. It's like a fucking train bus or something. Goes fucking just flips. The fact that they would even show a scene like that or partial of that scene in the trailer blows me away.
I might tease it. Like, I might show the shadow of those buses collapsing, falling on top of Dom's car, but I wouldn't give any context as to what it was. So you just go, what the fuck is that? Like, I might, but I wouldn't outright show it. And I certainly would not reveal a character that has been thought to be dead for like 4 films in the goddamn trailer.
Han Solo. Oh, he wasn't frozen in carbonite.
I mean, this is not an original take or anything, but if spoiler alert for like a 40-year-old film, but if Empire Strikes Back came out in 2021, the trailer would tell us that Darth was Luke's father.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, they should have read. Like, they absolutely would.
They're like, damn, I gotta see it now.
Yeah.
That's his
because
dad.
I need to know the context. Yeah. Instead of being instead of just being slammed in the throat with this horrid revelation, now you just pay, your 2 bits to go see the context around what that huge revelation should have been.
Dude, I don't know if cinema, per se, is in a bad state right now, or if it's mainly just the screens, or the screenwriting, or the screenplays, really, that they're accepting to make. Because, like, a lot of the talent, like, even the new movies and stuff like that, they look good. They got, like, good techniques and, like, how, people filmed it, and approached the scene. But the screenplays are, like, just terrible, man. Like, I don't.
It's the whole Hollywood machine, I think. Just a lot of it.
I just don't even think there's, like, been a movie out here, like, probably in the last 3 years that's, like, really gotten me excited. And that's even, like, with, like, seeing, like, a Tarantino movie, It was kind of exciting, I guess, But at the same time, it was, like, just more of the same. I just want a movie that just blows me away. I haven't seen a good movie in a long time, and it's frustrating. I don't think Fast 9 is going to whet my appetite.
Have you seen Logan?
Logan?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that, so.
Watch Logan.
Maybe, okay, so, yeah, I've got a very limited scope of things that I've seen. Yeah, I remember you telling me Logan was pretty fucking kick-ass, man. Yeah.
The best Western since The Unforgiven.
I think every time I say it, I want to actually go watch it now. I think it's, hopefully it's still, like, on HBO Max. I doubt it is.
It's definitely worth it. That was a damn good movie.
Logan!
But see, it's not the overall state of film. It's just the modern Hollywood apparatus is like a bloated, corpulent mess. There are still veins of vitality throughout filmmaking. Like, it's not, the mainstream is suffering and dying horribly, but the craft itself is it's as constant as it's ever been. I mean, let Hollywood run its course. It's gonna, eventually this bubble is gonna burst, and we might get a more auteur-driven age like we had in the 70s.
We might be kind of
people are just sick of it.
I think, like, even with streaming, we might be we might be like 1 foot into that realm that you're talking about, dude. Because
democratizing the filmmaking process.
There's so many. I was just thinking about like streaming services. Where the auteur could come out and stuff like that. Like because
that's more what I meant. Yeah, where the playing field is more level than it ever has been. You can actually at least exist with Hollywood, if not compete with it.
I'm almost wondering, like now. I mean, Do you think really COVID drove the nail into the theater industry where you go to the movies and sit down? It's still a cool novelty. I don't even know what it is. It's still a cool thing to do. Because I went and seen A Quiet Place in the theater. And
it's definitely, there's some films that is the proper intended viewing experience. I mean, I think maybe.
But you think like of an industry that
this might be good for the movie theater industry, because the ones that survive might actually have to start charging reasonable prices for the bullshit they're selling.
Oh yeah, they've definitely gotten more. Please come and see us.
I mean, because now, like, I'm sitting here, I'm holding a little box of candy that I can get for like $1.04 in any store, and you're over here saying that'll be $5.33, please.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, cool. Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, the theater industry or whatever, they've committed some consumer sins that may be unforgivable in the book of law.
But I can see, I can see the theater going experience becoming a much more niche-driven market. Like, a lot of new films go to streaming services, and people who want an experience can then go to movie theaters. And you could, like, and since the experience would be greater, you could get more out of it. Like maybe a seat with like surround sound. There's all kind of things you can do.
Yeah, since it's more limited and even if they would like adopt some maybe some 4D like things for it, where like you got the mist of water spraying on you or whatever, and you kind of get that mist. You see it on screen, and there's a mist in the fucking thing to kind of give you that experience. Like, it's a weird experience. Disney World did it, but it's like a 4D movie. And like,
yeah, I'm familiar with what you're talking about.
The wind will blow, and there'll be like a fan turn on, and your hair you're like, what the fuck?
And also,
but it's like
wrap around 3D glasses. That way, the experience can actually be happening on the periphery. Because I remember this has been like 5 years ago, when the first Guardians of the Galaxy was in theaters. I was in Midland, Texas, and I went and saw it in IMAX 3D. This is the first time I'd ever seen one of those. And it took a minute at first. Everything kind of looked like really, really strange and like layers of paper. It was a weird effect. And it reminded me of the first time I ever drank mescaline tea. Everything kind of looked like that for about 10 minutes, and then it got fucking weird.
Oh, shit. You see you drink mescaline tea, you went to go see a 3D movie?
No. Not separate experiences. Many years removed.
That's still funny.
No way in hell I would go out in public tripping on any kind of hallucination. No fucking way. But I was watching the film, and there's one point when Star-Lord was in space with Green Materia. Sodom? No, Gomorrah. One of those biblical cities. But we were in space, and the particle effects they had in there, it was like it came out of the screen, obviously, because it's 3D. But I was thinking, if the glass was wrapped around, it would actually look like it was floating by my head.
Oh, wow.
I'm hoping that they integrate something like that, because 3D film going, it's still relatively young as far as these things go. I mean, like, it's been around since the 50s and 60s, but now we're getting into something that is like a whole order of magnitude greater than the old paper glasses with the one green and one blue.
I remember getting those in those old comic books too, man. Those fucking red and blue glasses, and you'd be like, damn, this is tight. You'd be looking at
I wear glasses, so I'd have to like, put them on over them, or put like my glasses on over those. It was fucking awful.
No, I just, man. Yeah, but to see that movie on mescaline tea, or any fucking movie on acid, or any fucking psychedelic, would be fucking trippy as fuck, I bet.
It was always too difficult for me to, like, I don't know if I could have actually watched a thing tripping. Maybe if it engaged me on that, like, bright, shiny keys level when I'm tripping my nuts off, but I was too, like, scatterbrained. It was really like a schizophrenic experience. Like, and not the split person. I'm not talking about that. I mean, like, something talking in your head that feels under-originated. Like, it can be weird. And it's always telling you that you're it's reminding you of all the times you've ever acted stupid, and it's telling you you're probably acting stupid now. And it's a really strange experience.
I've never had a psychedelic experience, really. I've known a few people that, well, not really many, but one person I'm pretty close to who's had one. And that's what he always says, too. He always say, dude, I really get to work on myself. That's what he says, like his excuse for getting shrooms or whatever.
And I can see that. Think about myself. If you go into it with the right, frame. And yeah, I can see that being a better. Joe Rogan actually mentioned something like that. He's talking about DMT because he's a goddamn lunatic. But he says that one of the reasons why you have those just really intensely introspective, hellishly so experiences is because you're not. All that stuff builds up, and every time you have a psychic experience, it's like cleaning it out. And the longer you go, the more shit that builds up. And I was like, I guess. I mean, that it definitely hangs together well, but I don't know, Joe. I just don't know.
And there was a Joe Rogan interview, and I swear to God, man, there was this girl talking to him about, maybe it was ayahuasca, and this is the only reason I could think that I could tell this story, because what stuck out to me about the story was, as much as Joe Rogan pushes psychedelics and stuff like that, this girl was just fucking really hammering it home, and you can just tell that that's mainly what she wanted to talk about to Joe Rogan with, was about psychedelics, and he was just like, oh yeah, I've never done it. And I was like, what? You're the dude that's fucking always pushing it, and that's what I'm saying.
Pushing DMT, though.
Yeah.
I think his is ayahuasca.
Yeah, I think that's what I got, because I think at the time I didn't know that those two were separate. I always thought that was the, what they called the trip or whatever. I didn't know.
I believe they're separate. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe they're two separate chemicals.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they would say, opioids and, synthetic like tramadol, or some synthetic version of a weak opioid or whatever. It's almost something like that. To get into a pharmaceutical sense. I don't know why I'm doing it. But yeah, I guess the chemical makeup of it. You're more focused on that in a synthetic version of being the ayahuasca plant, which is fucking psychoactive as hell. The root, I guess, whatever they do.
Yeah, I believe it's the root, and it's supposed to from what I've heard, it's 24 hours of just various liquids coming out of various orifices, and it's just a very intense experience.
Yeah, Charles had this Rolling Stone, and I can't remember I don't think he was on the cover, but it was a guy named Daniel Pinchbeck, and he wrote a book called Breaking Open the Head, a Psychedelic Shaman's Journey Through Something, and he was this Rolling Stone writer or some kind of piece like that, and then he really focused on this novel. He went on this thing so he pretty much wrote a gonzo novel.
I was just thinking that he was doing the Hunter S. tradition of taking drugs and writing about it.
Yeah, he really did. He wrote the fucking. I don't know if you've read it, but it's pretty interesting. Just some of the stuff.
I have to look into it. Daniel Pinchbeck, you say?
Yeah, Daniel Pinchbeck. I think it's called "Breaking Open the Head: A Psychedelic Shaman's Journey Through Something." But
it sounds like a brand new song title.
Yeah, it was a pretty, it was really good. Some of the stuff he talked about, his experiences. I think you would love it. Anybody if you're a fan of fucking Hunter S. books, this is. I can't believe I've never made this connection before. I just really did. This was a revelation, but it's almost. It probably only because John's here, really. But it's a fucking damn Hunter S. book. It's totally in line with that. It's a fucking trip.
I've wondered about maybe trying another psychedelic, because I tend to have very intense experiences. The last time I tripped, it was on shrooms, and I ate a good bit. Probably a standard dosage, but I made the rookie mistake of having not eaten all day.
Yeah,
so I tripped my balls off for about 10 hours.
Oh, wow.
Because there were three of us, and one person was cruising on the lip of it, but never quite getting there. The other person was at the optimal trip state, right, where they were just cruising, they were having nice visuals and auditory and all that, and me, I was all the way in the red. I was talking about fucking golf shoes. I was the little fucking god. I kept rubbing my head. I just had to breathe, man. Because that shit was just the inside of you being on a roller coaster and the outside of you being on a white water raft. It was wild. It just kept going and going and going.
Wow, that sounds.
I ended up sleeping on the floor.
I don't know if I could handle. That's probably why I've never tried psychedelics or anything like that. I don't think I could handle that.
But
I'd be like scared I was dying.
It
I'd be
happened
at
that
the
way
ER.
because of what I basically did was party drank on an empty stomach. You're going to throw up.
Yeah.
Like, that's a rookie mistake. Like, I mean, I sincerely doubt my experience would have been, because all three of us took the exact same amount. And the other reason I tripped my fucking nards off is because I had nothing on my stomach but a hallucinogenic fungus. So, like, that was all that was coursing through my system was just rainbow-colored dolphin excrement.
Trippy fucking mushrooms. Yeah,
I've never tried it again. The DMT, though, that seems incredibly intense.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm a little worried.
Have you ever heard, like, some of the stories? Like, there's apparently some kind of a shared encounter between participants of DMT partaken.
Them and the others, just like there's always feels like there's a shadowy group looking at you and they're observing you. I'll send you a video. I'll share it with you on YouTube.
Yeah, go ahead. Try to pull it up, man. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well, yeah, let's try that.
I think it was, what the fuck was it? Everybody says that they see wood elves. As crazy as that fucking says. But there's, like, been a few people that's taken DMT and said that they've seen elves and wood creatures, come out from, like, the trees and shit like that when they're on it. And they're usually...
I wonder how dependent that is on being near trees, though.
I think, maybe that is the case. That's a very good point.
I don't know, because it seems like if you're in a room, I don't know if maybe you just trip the trees as well. That's possible. From what I've heard of DMT, that shit is thoroughly possible.
Well, okay, so, like, if you was around maybe a refrigerator, you think that would, like, come to life? Say if you was on it? I mean, I've never had a psychedelic experience.
I think it would probably dance and move and distort and melt and bulge and sag. I don't think it would get it, get up and moving around. I just think it would dance in place.
That's what's so scary about me, because I figured, like, I would have the bad trip, where I'd be imagining the fucking refrigerator had teeth. It was like,
if it did, so what? Just, like, look at it and be like, fuck you, refrigerator. You have teeth. I have a sound cannon.
Oh, shit. So you could be, like, talking about your...
I don't know. I mean, it just seems like you don't want to buckle, because that's one thing that, Hunter asks, like, hey, buy the ticket, take the ride. Don't fight it. You'll get brain bubbles. Just roll.
That's actually pretty good.
It'll either be over or you'll die. Chances are, it'll just be over.
But yeah, rules like that, I guess that's reasons why I've been scared to try something like that.
I mean, I'm not, like, laying it down as gospel or anything. I'm just saying it seems like any situation, you'll be better off confronting any situation if you at least have the vaguest working plan. Like, even not specific. Like, I know if I'm ever in a grocery store or Walmart or something, and I hear gunshots, I'm bolting and I'm finding a fire exit. I'm kicking that motherfucker open to set an alarm. That way I can I can kind of get something happening and maybe draw attention to it and, like, then obviously call the cops. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, so that could work in any number of ways. In any number of emergency situations,
so if I was with you
and set an alarm off, that might help.
If I was with you at Walmart and we heard gunshots, I would turn around and say, dude, what the fuck was that? And then I wouldn't see you at all because you'd been gone and bolted to the exit.
I'll grab you by the collar. We're for a jog, man. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Fuck are you?
Get the fuck out of here, though. I know that.
He's already...
Because I can't do that. I could run in and try to be a hero, but it just seems like I'm going to get other people killed. Because I don't have any training. I don't have any experience. I don't have a firearm.
What's so scary is you think everybody
would... the best help I could be is to get people who could actually help.
Yeah, that... And just to, like, get out of there... fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck, damn. But yeah, just to get out of there, but, like, have the... there's some people that don't have the survival instincts to do that. Like, they fucking freeze.
It's bred out of them. Because, like, Far Cry 3, there was an awesome line that said, society taught you how to fail, not nature.
Yeah, very true. Because that's what it seems like.
Because people always talk about fight and flight, but there is a third one that I believe shouldn't be neglected, and that's freeze.
Oh yeah.
Don't freeze. If you die running. Die fighting. Just don't die sitting there like a fucking rabbit in the headlights.
Yeah, I've frozen in some situations. It's
So have I, but then you breathe. Concentrate on breathing. If you can do that, if you can make a conscious effort to breathe and you're able to follow through with it, you establish a foothold of control. And from there, you can build on that.
Yeah, when was the last time you froze? Really, like I think I froze one time, like trying to talk to a girl, and like that's the only time I remember frozen. That was pretty early into my life. Probably I think that happened like in high school. There was some chick I wanted to talk to, and I froze. And like,
well, I mean, I got over it really quickly, but that day we got on stage at the talent show.
Yeah.
I had a moment where I had oh fuck, like, and then I just stopped and took a deep breath, and then remembered that this was the coolest thing in the world, and went and had a blast.
Yeah, that was.
So, yeah, I mean, cause I've been in situations where I've been on the edge of freezing. It's just because I remember to breathe. You know, I mean, maybe I didn't always make the best decisions, but I did something, right? And that honestly, sometimes that can be a victory in and of itself. It's like, fucking don't just sit there quietly. Like, act, react, move.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how that even went down. Like, dude, knowing my ass, I probably would have been like fucking terrified as fuck. I definitely would have been frozen. There's no way I would get on a stage.
You did.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy.
I know, and also because I kind of, like, I don't think I ever actually pulled a gun on me, but I kind of did everything but. I was like, come on, dude, you're a bass player now. You're like, do I have to play it that fast? And then I had to remind myself, oh yeah, this guy has probably never really done anything. And think about it though, within 2 weeks of you picking up an instrument and learning how to play, you played in front of 100 people.
Yeah, that is a pretty crazy thing to like.
So don't forget that.
Dump on yourself.
You'd be doing yourself a disservice by doing so.
Yeah, I always forget about that part, man. That's
Yeah, don't forget about that part.
Don't
forget about the part where you threw up the subway. No, you didn't. No, you were going to. I was like, if you're going to puke, dude, do it now.
Dude, that's some balls, man. That's some balls from that kid. To fucking be like, oh, I don't play bass, but I'll try to play bass for you. The talent show.
Well, I had your back. Like I said, I kind of, strong-armed you into it the way I was prone to doing. It's just like, come on, man, we're going to do this. I need a bass player. And
how often do you think we practiced? Do you remember how many times we practiced?
A good few times, and we also did it for a while each time. I mean, it may have only been 4 or 5 times, but it was like 3 hours at least.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, man. I was just trying to remember what it was, but yeah, we did good.
Yeah, I mean, you held it down, dude. Fucking 4 on the floor. I mean, it wasn't like a John Paul Jones or Justin Chancellor baseline.
I was scared to death.
Right. All the more Justin. Yeah, Justin Chancellor. Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind picking up the bass again. I wouldn't mind playing the bass again, really.
Just the bass is a blast, especially once you quit playing it like it's a guitar.
Yeah. I want to play like fucking Les Claypool is fucking crazy. Like fucking that Primus video. I almost want to watch it.
Daisy 504 is a really good bass player.
How did that fucking Fast 9 trailer play on your end? Because it played pretty decent on here.
It played better than... It played so well, I didn't want to mention it.
Yeah.
I didn't say that jinx it. It played like... I mean, I think they might have actually... might have gotten to the bottom of this. Of course, it would be fucking Zuckerberg that nailed it.
Yeah, he fucking bought everybody else's technology. I figured it out!
Humanoid bullshit.
Listen, guys, I figured it out. I only bought his idea, your idea, and I put them all together. But I figured it out. That's my impression of Zuckerberg. He's figured it out from everyone else's. Like the dude that fucking did MySpace or whatever and Facebook. I mean, come on, dude. It's supposed to be like the yearbook. Is that what fucking it got started off of?
I think it started as like
or
a website on college campuses that you could just share things.
I'm from the Princeton Facebook.
And it just ended up
spiraling.
Spiraling.
Yeah, he did like an exclusive MySpace. really, where it's like, oh, let's join this public IPO MySpace and make it a profile and be on here with everybody. Oh, let's be more elitist and oh, you're from Dartmouth too? Hang on, man, I'm gonna. Okay, I just created a fucking Dartmouth Facebook page. You don't know what that is yet? Of course you don't, because I'm a genius. Just click on that join now. All you got to do is tell me where you lived, your last name, your date of birth, your fucking social. You know now it's gonna be your social credit score.
Or delete them.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy the things that we've given to that fucking Mark Zuckerberg. You know,
it's the things we give to any kind of app. I mean, think about it. When's the last time you read terms and conditions?
Yeah, oh my God, we've given away so much of ourselves. We don't even realize it, dude. And
no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that it's more Brave New World than 1984.
It really is. Like, I've listened to both audiobooks, or at least a few chapters of both 1984 and fucking Brave New World. Listen, dumbass. Dude, you're fucking about to really, really bring in some fucking tyrants. Like, as far as, like, I don't know, man. I'm getting kind of scared, honestly. With, like...
It's definitely spooky.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people, I see it on Twitter a lot, which is crazy to say, but that's mainly where I see it, where people's, like, even when, like, guys like Jon Stewart or Stephen Colbert, like, you saw him, like, talking about the COVID theory, that it came from the lab. Jon Stewart fucking on the Stephen Colbert. Alright, there's people on there talking shit about him, they're like, I used to respect John. It's like, dude, can't you see? Yeah, I used to like Jon Stewart too, but there's something going on here, you know, that's not copacetic. I guess that's the right word to use a local H song title. There's also a dictionary word, but to use that, I'm drunk. Forgive me.
That Brave New World in '84, they both got things right and they both got things wrong. But, you know, the most terrifying part of Brave New World, in my opinion, is this doubt I have when I wonder if maybe that's not the answer. Like, that kind of society. If maybe that's really not the way to achieve a lasting kind of peace. And I hate myself when I think that, because it goes against everything that I believe in. But I look at it and the results. It's a peaceful, well-ordered society with virtually no crime. I mean, there's like, I don't like the whole caste system thing where they intentionally make some members of society mentally deficient so they might be better servants. I'm crazy about that. Like, you know, that aspect of it.
I haven't read all that book, so that's what's going on. They fucking got people so chemically inclined to act like a servant class.
It depends on if you're like alpha, beta, or gamma, or they're different classes. And like the alpha, like A double plus, they're the absolute highest. They're the ones that run things, the scientists, you know, all of that. And then there's like maybe a B class who's like middle management, kind of other end. There's C class, and they're the working. I mean, there's just it's all dependent upon how, because natural birth doesn't exist anymore. Everybody's test tube. You just read it. It's worth reading. That first chapter is chilling in a very bland kind of way.
Oh, I mean, it's the fact that could even exist. I don't even think there could be a human species if everything was test tube. If you wouldn't allow if you wouldn't allow me to fuck some chick, you know, I was the last dude on Earth, and you're like, you can't fuck that girl. We got to use your test tube babies. Fucking produce the new species.
It can't be done that way.
What the fuck? This world's ending. It's over.
I
can't fuck.
What you do is you make that change over the course of 5 or 6 generations, so that your great grandson would not have that urge. Not like that. It would have been sublimated into something else.
Because he was like on some drugs, though, like the Brave New World, the government
Because he was
gifted
bred,
people.
so yeah, he was bred. Like maybe they want to make him slightly mentally retarded, so they add alcohol into his culture when he's when he's an embryo.
That's what.
That way, it retards his development.
I mean, that's the poison tip of the sword, I guess. You know, of because it's a strong weapon, man. I'm trying to think of the right word, but like government care. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, listen, we know things.
Nanny state?
Yeah, things suck. We get it. We're gonna help you out. Here's a free lunch. You know, or something like that. Because the government has so much money. If they can do all these other things, they can help people out here, man. You know,
But it doesn't. That's the thing. Is it doesn't have this. This isn't money. These are zeros that are bouncing from one account to another. Like I'm all for everyone having affordable health care. The last thing I want is a government to subsidize that.
Yeah, the healthcare thing is something.
Make sure that the private sector do Teddy Roosevelt style bust trust. That's what the government should be for. Make sure that these insurance companies are not practicing predatory. Like they're not using predatory business practices. That is what the government. They don't need to be in the ground floor. They don't need to be fucking around. They need to keep their hands off of it. Let the private sector do its own thing. The government should be there at minimal. Less is more.
Yeah, they fucking tore down that Teddy Roosevelt statue too. Well, I don't know if they tore down it. I mean, that sounds dramatic, but yeah, they brought the motherfucker down. That's what I'm trying to say. That TR statue.
Man, he was. I'm sure he had some backwards opinions, but
everyone did. You can't fault anybody.
We could say Teddy fell into being a good man more often than not.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't fault anybody for what was culturally acceptable at the time.
I
do not
agree
think
up to a point. The owning of another human being, I don't care what the culture around me says, that is abhorrent. Owning another human being is one of the sickest things I can think of. I don't care if it's common. I don't care if I'm living in Roman times, if I'm living, pre-Civil War Southern America. I don't care. There's never a time when owning another sovereign individual is okay with me.
Yeah, that's when shit, I don't forget what I was gonna say. Fuck, dude. I'm getting fucking bad now. But yeah, I mean, god dang it. John, you'll have to keep talking. You done stupefied me.
No doubt that he probably.
I'm System of a Down over here. You done stupefied me. But yeah, I don't want no one to fucking be talked down to. But at the same time, I don't think that people can be held at their time. I mean, I don't think he went out of his way. Because Teddy Roosevelt was fucking not racist at all. Some of the people he put in like the highest positions of the nation were black people. You know, as far as people in his cabinet. But I mean,
I think he was more of an exceptionalist than anything.
Yeah, I mean, he was just maybe a real dude.
He liked people that could get shit done. He respected you if you were capable and hardworking. It didn't matter what color you were. If you were a layabout, slovenly fuck, he probably didn't have a very high opinion of you. White, black, or anything in between.
We see that now, even with this much propaganda and shit that we've been force fed, and fucking we turn on fucking the FX channel. Oh, a black guy got shot. They're doing a drama series about that. You're like, I know you're trying to make me be angry. That's what I feel like the problem is with like the media right now and just network TV and all that stuff like that. There's an agenda to push this narrative where I'm supposed to be angry at someone who looks different than me.
Outrage culture and racial baiting at that.
And it pisses me off, man. It really does, because when you're around people and you're interacting with them and they're in your proximity and stuff like that, everything is just fucking. It's peaceful until someone is a dickhead,
Yeah.
And I think really
humans are basically decent.
Yeah, I think everyone can get this. It's like, that motherfucker was a prick, dude. He fucking had a stick up his fucking ass. White, black, Mexican, whatever.
Someone who cuts in line, yeah, they're always pricks.
Yeah, it really comes down, because everyone can interact with each other and everyone can act decent, or even kind of, Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking not giving away to the fuck you mentality.
No,
Oh, thanks for checking me
agree.
out,
I heard people
but
that
also,
you
fuck
look
you.
around, there is, all you have to do is go into any modern department or grocery store and walk around and see the state that, I mean, look at the choice that's available to us. That could not exist if there was not a fundamental layer of cooperation and basic human decency.
Yeah. The whole system, really.
It couldn't. Now, granted, it's not working well. I mean, we're
That's
kind of
so
like
weird.
we're a heart that's beating in a morbidly obese body. I mean, we're not in the best shape, but the heart is still beating. I don't care. I know what the news media, I know what they like to do, but that's not the case. Not predominantly. If things were as bad as we are led to believe that they are, I don't think we would even have. When was the last time we suffered rolling blackouts?
Man.
Or legitimate rationing. The only time in my life I've ever actually seen rationing on a major scale was last year. That was when you could only buy so much of this and so much of that. So, like, that's the only time I've ever seen anything remotely approaching actual real rationing, like in a societal level.
Wow, man. Never really.
So, I mean, the system could not exist even as well as it does if people were not fundamentally decent to one another.
Do you think it's
we
weird?
should be very, very suspicious of people who are preaching a narrative counter to this demonstrable, objective fact. Just saying, these people might not have our best interests at heart. I don't think I need to break out a tinfoil hat when I say that.
Oh, what, the media?
That they don't have our best interests at heart. They have their own interests. We may serve them or we may not. Right now, it is of interest to stir up as much division on as many levels as possible.
That's what sucks, man. It's kind of like the thing, too. I guess it's part of the fucking human spirit, is we like fucking drama and conflict, and we like stuff like that. Even when we say, oh, that motherfucker was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You'll still be like tuning in to see, because mainly it's that fucking human drama that you're attracted to.
I also think there's a kind of a fear of the unknown. Humans have always been fairly consistently bad at a few, during the Dark Ages, 600, 700 years ago. People would look up into these pitch black skies, and in their mind, they would populate those skies with all manner of demons and imps and chimera that are flying through the shadows. Now, because they had no idea what was up there, the choice was available to them to populate that space with anything they wanted or nothing at all. But they chose, without thinking about it, and almost universally, to populate it with the most terrifying abominations that the imagination could cough up. We've always done things like that. But, once again, there is a layer of cooperation and decency. Otherwise, we would not have even made it this far. So it always seems easier to highlight the bad things. I don't know why. Maybe it's like life is a water slide, and you don't remember that experience half as much as you remember that nail sticking up halfway down the slide that ripped your ass all the hell and back. It may only be the one nail, but you're never going to forget it. I don't know. I've often wondered why humans do that. But we have consistently proven to do so.
I think
we're terrified of being individuals.
Yeah, the individual. That's what. We bring it back to that. Yeah, the individual
is the ultimate minority. You can even see her as a role model and stuff. Well, you're always going to be careful seeing fictional characters as role models, but you get what I mean. I can take inspiration from this character. She doesn't have to be a 30-something white dude for me to go, you know what? He's got some good points. No, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I don't understand people who can't identify with a character if they don't look, act, talk, and think like that. It's confusing and quite vexing, and it is destroying narratives. Like actual stories, not popular narratives, but like actual fictional narratives. It is destroying storytelling.
What's so sad is like you think it's a myth, someone like that, that could be like, I'm all about my whiteness, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You think that's a myth, and then you meet a person that's like that, and you're like, come on, dude, for real.
Yeah, and
but I mean, they are seriously.
Made fun of.
Yeah, it is 1 out of 50,000, probably even 1 out of 150,000, probably even 1 out of 550,000. It's crazy.
When you start getting into that, like, there's nothing wrong with taking like pride in your racial heritage, but I, for one, have always preferred to take pride in things I actually had a stake in. No. I'm not proud of being a man. I take some pride in trying to be a decent man. Yeah. But I didn't choose to be a guy. Like, you know what I mean? I take pride in my ability to play guitar because I worked my fucking ass off for that.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, and you did.
You know what I mean? Like, just like anybody who puts in time, they should take pride in that. Why are you taking pride in being a dude? You had no choice.
John, you ought to play.
Why are you taking pride in being gay? You had no choice.
Play us a tune when you go out too, man. That would be cool. I would love to hear something.
That's just, I know it's a whole rant, but that's a thing that is just come up over and over and over and over again with me. Is people always saying that I have representation in media. And it's like I said, if you look at it only by, if you're judging books by their covers, yeah, there are a lot of white people in a country that's predominantly made up of white people.
Actually, we're kind of going to the minority, aren't we? I thought we was
going to... We're definitely not as comfortably in the majority as we once were, but I still think we're 2/3 at least.
Yeah, we still got a pretty... We
we
still swinging dick up here.
I don't care. That doesn't really... Because like I said, I'm not living in Atlanta, dude, but I used to get on the bus. I was like one marshmallow and a fucking jug of hot chocolate.
Where was you at? You was in Tennessee, right? West.
And I was up here, up in the north side of Atlanta. Like, like when I get on the public transport, like a bus, I'd be the only white guy on there.
Yeah, that's how.
I'd be the only white person on there, period. But that didn't really, like, okay. I noticed it, but it didn't matter.
Do you find that weird, though, being like, think of the politics involved with that, but the city and why you're that minority there. It's kind of weird, isn't it? And
well, not just am I a minority. I'm a youngish, very much shaven head, bald white guy that prefers to wear black combat boots.
Why do you think, like, the white people fled the city? I gotta leave. I can't be a Buckhead. I gotta live in Carrollton.
I mean...
It's pretty funny. I mean, really.
But see, let's be a little bit more specific there. Why do you think the upper middle class white people left the city? Actually, clearly the white folks. I see some motherfuckers that would be fairly at home in Hurd County every once in a while up here.
Yeah, that is crazy. I went up through, I think it was Euclid Avenue. I went up through there, and I seen them motherfucking jogging. I was like, dude, you're in fucking 2 blocks from you. It's like this major highway. And you're over here jogging? I'm just not used to that. I'm a country boy. That's the only thing I can fucking equate it to. But, yeah, just seeing that motherfucker jogging was crazy as fuck to see in Atlanta.
I think that it was a class of people that moved out more than an ethnicity of people. I mean, I would say that most urban areas do tend to be predominantly non-white, I guess, because there's also some Hispanics and whatnot in there.
It's just
I'm not really sure, but I still see some lower middle class white folks around. I mean, I am one myself, so here I am.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I think it's just like a certain tax bracket more than anything.
Yeah, the melting pot. They really like to say, "Oh, we're melting you down." The government. Yeah, the United States is a melting pot. But it almost feels like they're taking advantage of that person. Like, I almost feel like Brave New World is, we're living it, and we're like, yeah, we kind of try to tell you in this old book but you're pretty much
See, we're
living
living
that
like
now.
the great value version of it. Because, like I said, Brave New World was amazingly orderly, right? Like it was a fucking finely tuned mechanism, and we're just a series of hoses spraying different kinds of shit everywhere.
That book, man. If that's
Here's
what
another one to read: Starship Troopers by Robert Heinlein.
I think I might have had the movie tie-in.
Not
the movie tie-in.
By the way,
Yeah.
was great. Although Paul Verhoeven did not understand the source material, did not even bother to read the book.
I think the Starship Troopers movie is awesome.
It was.
I've never seen
it, but it was.
It made me buy the book.
Thinking that it was a story about fascism when it was absolutely not that.
When you say it like that, it's like that's totally what that movie is. But it's more like on a specious level, where the human species versus the bug. We got a smart bug.
But see, even Paul Verhoeven felt, all right, let's okay.
I love Starship Troopers. That movie's awesome.
Completely a fascist story. All right, I'll tell you how you can blow a hole in that film in like just 6 words. Remember those little propaganda bits throughout the film and how it would end?
Yeah.
And the question would be, do you want to know more?
Yeah.
That right there is not something that a fascist state would ask of its citizen. It would be like, you know all that you need to know.
Well, it's almost like everybody wanted to volunteer. How do you know?
Suffrage wasn't universal. Like in America, you have to be 18 years old, and if you're a man, you have to sign up for selective service, which is absolutely discrimination under the law. Men's rights are human rights. Fuck off with your bullshit. However, in Starship Troopers, you can only vote if you enlist and serve 2 years.
Yeah, they have some standards.
At least 2 years. You cannot vote otherwise.
They have some standards. Which, there's an argument for that, but also at the same time, I think the other argument overpowers it. And that's like everyone has a say. Really.
No, you don't have a say in an entity you're not willing to protect with your life's blood. How can I trust you to make the best decision for the whole if you as an individual aren't willing to protect the whole?
Well, no, I'm not talking about... Are we talking about Starship Troopers?
I'm talking about period. I'm talking about the right to franchise, to voting. You should have to put up more than just, you survived till you're 18. Congratulations. Here's a say in the governance of your country. No, most people are simply too ignorant to be allowed to vote. And I have no problem including myself in that statement. Zero problem. This is not a race thing. This is not a gender thing. This is a acquired knowledge thing.
I think it's just a good incentive to have, just because you're saying, listen, if you want to step up and try to change things to make it the way you want it to be. You got to say too, even if you think, it doesn't matter, you got a way. You got a voice.
Yeah,
and that voice can echo through the halls of the world.
For a certain amount of time, and then you can have your say because you will have earned it. I really, I got to go with Jordan Peterson on this one, man. Everybody's talking about rights. No one's talking about responsibility.
What does that say? The cream to rise from the crop? I think every once in a while you might... I mean, it's not going to be every time. It's an idealistic way of thinking. But I think every once in a while... mainly because that's just the romanticist into me. That a motherfucker will come from the bottom and rise to the top. I know that's a fairy tale. It never happens.
It happens all the time.
You think so? Yeah, there's a few times it happens because there's the only way to be introduced. But
a lot of the biggest innovators have come from nothing, because when you have nothing, you have to earn.
Well, that's what
you have to bust your ass.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I'm saying you can't deny them a vote. Those people that came from the bottom.
You're absolutely at any point completely free to sign up, and it doesn't even mean combat. I'm not even, because a very surprisingly small amount of the military has anything to do with actual combat. Let's not forget, the military has janitors. So there are plenty. And also, you're free to leave anytime you want. If you get in there and you realize on day 3, this sucks, you can leave. We're not going to stop you. You are free to go. However, if you leave, you are gone. You may never try again. You have forsaken your vote forevermore. However, if you stay, you can earn your franchise. Like that was the thing with Starship Troopers. Let's say you're a cap trooper, you're a mobile infantry, you're about to hop in your space capsule and drop to a planet, and then you go, Sarge, I quit. They would let you go. You would not be forced to get in that capsule and fire. You are free to leave at any time. I think that is the system that should be adopted. Or something similar to it, IRL. You can earn this right at any time you want. You have absolutely, you're 100% free to earn it. You're also 100% free to walk away. That is your right as a sovereign individual. You won't be censored. You won't be subjugated. You are free to earn as much money as you possibly can. You just can't vote.
The sovereign individual, man. I mean, it's scary that we could lose that.
It's like rock and roll, man. There's always going to be a sovereign individual. And maybe the minority, maybe the majority, but the only way to kill that spirit is to wipe out humankind. Otherwise, it's there, man.
There's that character in that character is in 1984, and isn't it the dude that gets carried off? He's like the dude that's cracking jokes and making. He's like, "Oh yeah, he won't last," and the dude just like disappears, just because they can't have someone there that's like making fun of and trying to inspire people. It's dude, if it ever got that bad, good lord, man, good lord. There would have to be an apocalypse just to end it. God's like, this is enough. You don't fuck with the world enough.
Just, like, end up going underground and electing Dennis Leary as the Pope.
Oh, fuck.
But you can't kill that. We are individuals. We can collect, and that is our strength. But as individuals is how we operate. That is the founding fathers. You look at that group of guys. Could you think of more hardcore individualists than Thomas Jefferson and Ben Franklin and Madison? You know what I mean? Like these, but they came together. They collected and altered the course of human history forever.
That's what's so great. The vibe I get from like the founding fathers, it is that they particularly didn't like each other, but they also were like, they were like, dude. You get it, I get it, we all agree on this. That's what I get from, like, all them dudes. Like, I don't see Thomas Jefferson be like, yeah, I need to be a general like George Washington. You know, and then fucking Franklin's over here like, yeah, I like to invent stuff. I know Thomas Jefferson likes to think about stuff, but I like to invent shit. You know what I'm saying? You know they all have their own social circles. Thomas Jefferson's over here like fucking... eating that fucking dark chicken, getting in some black gulls. But yeah,
it did kind of bug me that Thomas Jefferson, that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, he changed that a little bit, right? That was originally John Locke, and what Locke proposed is life, liberty, and property. Now, I will admit that old TJ definitely got the poetic edge, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It rolls off very well. You know, it's nice, short, snappy, and it has, like, it's a very grand statement. But life, liberty, and property is much more prosaic, right? It's much more down to earth. But I think it's more important because the pursuit of happiness is a somewhat nebulous proposition, isn't it? Like, I'm going to use a bit of an extreme example, but I bet Jeffrey Dahmer was pursuing happiness.
Yeah, he was. He was.
So, I know that's a really extreme example, but that's still the point, though. It is the pursuit of happiness is about as relative as you can get.
Yeah,
so,
it's most
however, life, liberty, and property, well, like I say, it lacks the poetic imagery. It's much more practical. Life, you have the right to live. Liberty, you have the right to live that life free of undue restriction and property. You have the right to carve out your own. And you have the right to defend all three of those things in any way you have to. And that last part is a little tricky, but I think that's the way to go. I think, and not just buy up huge and like just take over the world and say, oh no, it's my right to property. No, we're not talking about that shit. All right, like that. There's a great lecture. I'll share it with you. It's a 2-part college lecture on the political philosophy of John Locke. Completely mind blowing. Like that shit was kind of made me wish I'd actually bothered to pay attention and could have gone to college. But there was far too much drugs to do.
So you think
yeah,
Jefferson was just kind of like a fucking echo chamber of some John Lockean ideas?
Well, I mean, yeah, America was founded on Lockean principles.
That's pretty amazing. That's awesome.
It's the truth. That is what I say when I say I'm a liberal. That's what I mean. John Locke is called the father of liberalism.
That is a true sense, man. And
I think it's basically the only way a rational individual would submit to the rule of government is if that government could guarantee and protect its rights, the individual's rights, more than the individual could alone. Why would a rational individual submit to a government that is going to subjugate you, as we are in now? The government only exists to protect your rights in ways you can. From big things, like an invading military force. Okay, yeah. Then maybe we have to restructure to fight that thing off. But other than that, that's why I don't like less government. That's why I don't want universal health care. Not like that. Not government like subsidized universal health care. I want everybody to be able to afford that, though. I don't think it's like, I'm not trying to go economic Darwinism. Let the poor folks die. Like, fuck that. But I mean, yeah, just that's what bugs me when I hear people call like Barack Obama a liberal. It's like no.
He was a straight communist, no doubt about it.
He had a lot of big government ideas. Yeah, I will say that. Much more than I wanted.
Yeah, he really did.
That's what I think it is. Like, I don't think we need more government. Because look at all, it becomes, do you know what one of the major factors of the Roman Empire collapsing was? It spread itself too thin. Now, that's a gross oversimplification. But it got so widespread that it diluted itself. It spread out like a stain instead of, staying tight. And that's what the American government is. It's spread out into so many things that it's become this bloated, chlamydic Cthulhu. It's just fucking like gangrenous tentacles in every aspect of the American's life, and it shouldn't be that way. It's a poorly designed machine. That's what I think anyway. I don't know. I don't have any propositions on how to get out of that. Like, I don't know what to do to make it not like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like having an election that is actually secure. Maybe that might help.
I think if we lose our individualism, we lose everything, really. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that would be. I honestly think that can only happen in the complete extinction of the human race. I don't know if we could be turned into a bland, homogenized mob.
What's so scary
I don't think we can do that.
Is we got like this total fucking tech grid over us, just like the security grid, where our phone has a camera on it. I'm drunk, but yeah, our phone has a camera on it,
and a microphone.
It could turn on. Our TVs are connected to the internet. All this stuff.
In some cases, your refrigerators are connected to the internet because the human race was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally set up for someone to with the word they use, go through the back door. Which is
fucking like subterfuge, infiltrate.
It's so funny because like that's the truth. They're totally fucking you in the ass. The government going through the back door.
We've gotten to the point. We're no longer a back door. We have demolished an entire section of wall.
we're gaped your
Like,
free.
I mean, it's not even like a bad. It doesn't even require any subtlety anymore. Like, you just fucking walk right in.
Yeah, man.
It's terrifying, man, because I do see an existential threat to the concept of individualism. And I know it sounds a little like, all right, fucking calm down there, Plato. But it worries me because this is how it starts.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's erosion. It's cultural erosion.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. And fucking my wife's calling. Jesus Christ. But anyways, shit, I totally agree with you. It's cultural erosion, man. We are fucking probably going down if we don't fucking realize what's happening. And a lot of people are too cool to float the agenda. But hey, let's go on this promise video, John. It was a blast talking to you, man. I'm gonna fucking have to hop off here. Get fucking people calling. I want to play this promise video on the way out. This fucking, even if I fucking have to mute it, but this animation I think was pretty astounding for whatever year this came out. I mean, the claymation looks fantastic. Whatever year it was. I mean,
it was the 90s.
That's even crazier to me. Yeah, I mean, like, the claymation looks good as fuck. There's some dark stuff in it. If you like Tim Burton shit, this is for you. Let me see if it'll play. But I'll see you, man.
All right, man. Until next time.